Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Meg and Anna show.
That's how you want to start it.
That should be the intro.
What's the opposite of
The
aggressive?
intro to it.
Aggressive?
Aggressive.
Oh, aggressive.
The passive,
Passive aggressive.
large podcast, or small.
This is
The
the
passively-
passive-aggressively medium podcast.
Passive aggressively. And child.
That's actually really funny. Yeah, and I haven't got up in the mic. There we go.
Yeah,
I
there
didn't
you
get
go.
it in mic one.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 15
50.
of the passively aggressively medium podcast
Yeah.
is what we're calling this episode.
Yep.
That
That's
makes
funny.
me nervous. But we are here with Margaret Adams
Meg.
Julian and Anna
Catherine.
Marie Decker.
Not
I just
yet.
made it up. I don't know.
Catherine.
Close.
Or
Catherine.
Case.
With a
Catherine
C or
Case
a K?
Decker.
So my middle name was Catherine.
Gotta get close to
That
the...
is the name that my parents gave me, but I dropped my middle name in favor of my maiden name, Case. So
That's what I did too.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Claire. Hello, Adams.
Yeah.
And her
Make
daughter.
sure whenever you're talking, you
Goodbye,
get real,
Claire. Hello,
real close to it.
Adams.
real,
Yeah,
real close.
like
We're gonna be
this
making out a
close.
little bit. It's fine.
Me and Lee make out all the time on the podcast. So these are our wives, in case you couldn't tell by their last names.
And you hear the screaming. It's our daughter.
Yeah,
She didn't want to take a nap.
yeah. Didn't want to take a nap, but we all do. It has been so far a pretty long week
Yeah.
at the beach.
Ooh, we're at the beach.
Just as far as like we're not getting enough sleep.
Yep.
That's it from the heifers upstairs.
Yeah. Well, and vacation doesn't exist when you have a child. It's just
Yeah.
a trip with your kids.
Parent vacation's not
Great.
vacation.
Yeah, this is not. I wouldn't consider something like this a vacation. I'm gonna have to take a vacation from this vacation,
Yeah.
just to get some rest from dealing with kids all day. But
Yeah.
it's fine. It's part of life. But
We've been talking about how we're going to have them on.
Yeah.
So this is the only time we could get the four of us and the two kids.
yeah,
In a
one's asleep in
room.
the back, and
Right.
then one's up here.
So we're at the beach.
Yeah, we're at the beach. We're at the beach. So, from y'all's perspective, so from Anna's perspective, because Meg hasn't watched a single episode of the podcast,
I've watched one. I've
she's watched-
listened to one.
you got to get closer than that.
Listened to one. I've
Yeah,
listened
there
to
you
one.
go. So, from Anna's perspective, what do you think about the podcast? Do you think it pretty squarely lines up with who we are as people, or do you think like I don't know? Just give me your thoughts and perspectives on it.
I mean, it's pretty much how y'all talk around us 24/7.
Okay.
So for me, oh goodness, yes. For me, it's not that much different. I would say y'all are a little bit less funny on the podcast than you are in real
Ooh,
life.
Wow.
But
That sucks.
I'm wondering if if you guys are, attributing that to being nervous in front of the camera.
I think we've
So-
gotten the nervousness
We're,
I don't
down.
know.
we're handicapped, though. Like we're handcuffed. We're handcuffed because we can't. You have to like watch everything you say, and then the funny stuff gets cut out because.
It's been a while since I've cut anything.
Well, because we quit saying stuff because we know it's gonna have to be like edited,
Yeah.
and so
It's getting to the point where we're not having to edit as much because we're figuring out what we can and can't say and
Yeah.
what we can and can't do.
we're at like 80% capacity on the
Yeah.
podcast.
But I did still give you guys a 5-star rating
Yeah.
on Apple, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Meg hasn't given us a 5-star rating. I don't even think
She
she knows how
doesn't
to
know the
find
name
it.
of it.
Yeah, she doesn't
She's
even know the
never
name of
searched
it.
it.
Subscribed on
Closer.
I've subscribed on the was it
Apple Podcast.
no not Apple
Spotify.
No,
I don't think
not
you
Spotify.
subscribe on Spotify.
It's not Spotify.
YouTube? That's the only 3 we're
I don't
on, so
know.
you're just making
Stitcher.
stuff
Oh,
up
maybe
now.
it is Apple. Maybe
The
it is
purple
Apple. Yeah,
app.
the purple one.
Yeah, that's Apple
Oh.
Podcast.
Yeah.
The Apple Podcast.
Literally just making this up as she goes
I
along.
subscribed
to
so I could
feel like a
listen
better
to one of
wife.
them.
Which one did you listen to?
Yeah, it was just so
There
riveting.
was
She couldn't.
one.
It was the like 12-minute first one.
Yeah.
No, it was the 9th one that y'all did. It was short because I was driving. To
The
Birmingham.
45-minute one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had a
Yeah.
event right after that.
I was busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life happens.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just wanted to get a wife's perspective. It's been a good episode, guys. Thanks for listening. Just kidding.
Y'all met him.
Yeah. Yeah. Lee, you gonna have to
hate
get up on
this,
that
man.
thing. This is an awkward setup that we have right now.
Yeah. We turned the table upside down.
Yeah, it's funny too. There you go. That's better. That is good. That's good. I'm proud of you. For once, you're not looking like a slob on the podcast. In some regard. But yeah, so is there anything that you guys want to talk about up top that like you've noticed about, well, Anna, have you noticed anything about the podcast or just news or
Push to the
anything?
side.
Just what do you guys have on your mind?
Me or just Anna?
Either one.
As long as you get into the microphone, either one of y'all.
Yeah. As long as you actually put your mouth towards the microphone.
I heard
Closer.
somebody wrote that review about y'all being like was it Big D and Bubba?
Rick and Bubba.
Rick and Bug.
Big D and Bubba. Big D and Bubba. Yeah.
They
Like
used to
Rick and
call us.
Bubba.
I've never been called Big D in my life.
Yeah, that's my last. You were Bubba.
And that's
Yeah.
well, that's what I thought about when y'all first started talking about like wanting to do this. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be like Rick and Bubba on the radio, and that's kind of the impression I get. Also,
Yeah. Also, we're
when
not
I-
on the radio. I don't know if you knew
I
that
know
from
you're not
listening
on
to
the
the
radio,
podcast or
but
not. But
see, she's on my side, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, kind of like what Anna said. It's like them talking like normal. So whenever they get together, I'm just like, this is so strange because I feel like I'm just listening to them to chat and listen to the podcast at the same time because it's all the same. But
Anna told me once that she listens to it when I'm not at home, like so she can hear my voice. And it's like I'm at the house.
yeah. Just like a
You
comforting.
did tell me that. So
A comforting
I didn't make
voice.
that up. Yeah.
maybe for baby Lina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's listened to any of it.
She does like the theme song though.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah, that's a great theme song. Also, I've been thinking about this, and maybe y'all can help us with this. I've been trying to figure out, and I haven't even voiced this to Lee yet. We got to figure out something for like to call the people that listen our
Oh, to
podcast,
call them?
like ag heads, or
Let's talk about it.
Ned
off-
heads.
Let's not flesh this out right here. On
yeah.
the
It's
show.
just we could throw some ideas back and forth right now.
Ag med heads.
Ag med heads. That's too. That sounds
That's a
like you're.
mouthful.
I know.
It also sounds like you're Iraqi. Agmed.
like
Yeah, like
Ahmed.
Agmed. Agmed head.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Or like a wolf pack. I don't know.
We'll do that
Work
off
through
air.
it.
See if we can come
Okay.
up with something.
Yeah,
We'll put up a poll later,
No, we
and
won't.
Yeah, polls never get put up.
Yeah.
Well, there's monkey surveys.
We got about as many polls as we have clips on YouTube.
0.
0.
Yeah. I'm too busy editing the whole podcast to put up
I'm
polls.
busy, man.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Working on it. So another one thing that we wanted to talk about, it just would probably be like kind of funny stories, is like maybe how we started dating, and we'll let the ladies
Yeah.
talk about how we started dating or whatever, and then we can interject at the end what the actual story is.
Tell the story. Y'all have heard us for 14 episodes.
Yeah.
Tell the story. Start. Whoever wants to go for paper, rock, scissors, who goes first?
No,
Or just go.
you said you will intervene after we finish talking. So,
Yeah. Intervene.
like we're talking and they want to interrupt.
Oh,
Yeah. Closer to the mic, please.
I mean, how much
do you want me to, like, make a
Hey, you did that to me 20 times in episode 2. It's frustrating.
It's
It's
frustrating.
frustrating.
It's frustrating while editing the podcast.
Just come over here and talk on this.
Yeah. Now you're gonna sound like a man because this mic's EQ'd for a man.
Hello,
What
Will.
a sexist thing to say.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, y'all
Somebody
paper
talk
rock
about how-
scissors.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
start. Go for it.
we can start. We've, we've got some wisdom. We've been married almost 4 years now. Coming up in August.
August 20th makes
Yep.
4 years.
Yep. Hey, you remembered.
Yeah. Yeah. Go. Sit about me. Sorry.
So, Lee and I initially were just friends, like most rom-com stories start. And we were both interns at our local church. We were the only two that had already graduated college, so we had that in common and kind of started our little friendship that way. But I was actually kind of dating somebody at the time, so when Lee asked me if I wanted to hang out one time, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that's what this was." And sorry, she's a little loud, but
More than a little.
more than a little. So, yeah, and
Wait, so just quick question. Who is it somebody that I know that you were dating at the
Yeah.
time?
His name was Rusty.
well, okay, we weren't like
Oh.
dating. We were more of talking.
Oh, Rusty. I remember
Yeah.
Rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's married now too. So
Yeah.
you know, clearly we ended up who we were supposed to be with.
Yeah.
And but as Lee always says, you know, I just came crawling back to him.
You didn't say all the stuff. We texted a bunch. I don't text girls that I don't want
Yeah.
to be in a relationship with. I asked her to hang out or like do something outside of church, and she said no. And I said, okay, well, I don't need any girlfriends. I'll see out of friends that are girls. Have a good one.
Yeah.
And then a week later, she texted me and said, we got to talk. And
Yeah.
now we're married with a baby.
Yeah, I said, I'm willing to give this thing a shot if you are, and just kind
She
of
missed me.
I did. So,
Yeah,
but
it's-
now I don't have to miss you. So, and he still doesn't like to text me, but
That's just standard.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
but yeah, that's
It's crazy. It is crazy how fast when you pull that. Well, we're not friends.
I ain't got nothing for, yeah.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk if we're friends. Like,
I'm texting you all day.
yeah, I'm full up on friends.
Just cuz.
Yeah,
No.
it's crazy when you pull that out from underneath people, how the feelings actually start to develop. Or she is pussy.
and then
Yeah, that's fine with me. I don't care.
His name's Ben, and I'm just kidding. Nope.
Whoa. She want the mic.
It's fuzzy.
yeah, this is what can happen when you give your friends a chance. So
Yeah.
you never know. Hey.
Ooh. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Unless
again.
unless Lee, do you have anything else you want to interject into the
About the
story?
how we got together.
Yeah.
I cleared it up.
You cleared it
She
up.
said nothing about the facts. And I cleared. Here, go get your mother.
Well,
Oh, this will be great.
ours is a little
Get
bit.
Jason to dive in.
Yeah.
He knows nothing. Hey. Anyway, ours is a little bit more complicated, I guess, because
Yeah.
ours involves mine. Ours involves me ghosting him, so
Yeah.
that's always a fun
Lee's,
sidetrack.
Lee's
Aw,
going off camera to tend to the baby.
Poor thing.
He's such a good dad, by the way. I would never say that to his face.
I was about to say, tell him that when he comes back. All right, so Meg, start over.
Okay, so Josh and I actually met. There's two versions of this. Some people say you can say that we met on a dating app,
There's one version.
and then there's other people can say we met at church.
There's one version which is
But
the truth.
I guess it started. It started on the dating app
Hinge.
Hinge. Josh and I started chit chatting. He actually replied to one of my posts about me going skydiving attached
Because that's the way
to.
that Hinge works.
What happened to this whole
But
like
you gotta-
interjecting?
You can't just not
giving
give
my
people
story.
context. On Hinge, the way that Hinge works, because there's a lot of people that don't know how Hinge works. If
That's
you've
true.
been married for the past 4 and 5 years, you've never probably even heard of Hinge. But Hinge is a dating app where you can put pictures up and then also put like little quotes, or it'll ask you a question like, you know, what's the craziest thing you've ever done? And then you answer it. Well, then guys and girls can comment on whatever that phrase or picture is.
Yeah.
So it gives you a little bit. I felt like for me, Hinge was the best because it actually like
You got to see their
personality.
personality.
Yeah, instead of just
for
pictures.
sure.
Because I'm not all looks.
Yes, you are.
No.
You're so handsome.
Anyways,
So Josh actually ended up commenting on my post about me being attached to a guy named Danger skydiving. And his response was, well, at least his name wasn't Splat. Y'all, and I was forever hooked. That's it. That's the end of our love story. I mean,
yeah,
it's-
she also thought I was a sexist based on one of my quotes, which is, I hope to one day find a woman who loves me for my money but doesn't understand math.
Okay, women out there, do you not understand how that does not come
But, like-
off in such a sexist tone?
No, that's just me saying, I hope somebody loves me for my, like, falls in love with me for my money, but also doesn't understand how
But like
math
when
works.
you first read that, you're just kind of like, oh, like, what the heck? No,
What-
thank you.
Whatever.
Anyway, so
I still got you. So
he comments on me, and then I message. That's true. I message him back, and then I actually got scared and ghosted him
yeah,
and deleted the app. And then I went to church and joined a small group, and guess who was the leader? This guy.
yeah.
Freaked out. Took me about 3 meetings to approach him. And I didn't
Well, you
even
didn't
approach him in
approach- yeah.
person. I actually re-downloaded the app and messaged him back, being like, "Oh my gosh, like I knew you from somewhere."
Yeah.
And then it was just, I don't even know if it was awkward or what, but
Wasn't
I was
awkward for me.
embarrassed because you didn't notice me for 3 whole meetings. It's like, is it even worth it at that point?
You're just,
Well, that should be a poll. Was it
Oh.
worth it?
was what worth it?
Message like reaching out to you.
What?
Like, would a
not
woman
a very
not
good
now reach out to you after, you haven't noticed her for 3 meetings after you supposedly had this conversation on a dating app?
Yeah. So, if you see somebody's dating profile, it's hard to, for me, if I was out and about, like just in Tuscaloosa and I saw somebody that I matched with, it would be hard for me to like pick them out of a crowd. Like
Okay.
I mean,
You didn't have your glasses on.
probably not. I probably didn't. Also, something that people on the podcast don't know is I have to wear glasses.
Yeah, he's blind.
But I don't wear them on here because I look like a goober.
No, he looks adorable.
So,
But anyway, so I reached back out to him through Hinge, and then we reconnected and ended up we were supposed to go get coffee, but it was Sunday and all the coffee shops were closed. So we actually went and got wings from Baumhauer's, which, if you know Josh, is fitting because that's literally his favorite restaurant.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, I had been on a date with a girl and took her to Baumhauer's before, and it was like she wasn't into it because you're like getting down into like wings and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like that was at a certain point like a litmus test for a relationship. Like if you can go to wings and you're still attracted to each other, like after seeing them chow down on wings, it's probably a pretty decent match.
Okay.
So
Was that a decent match? Or you just like, good enough?
I was 28, 29.
20.
I was ready to just
Yeah.
settle
Getting
down.
old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like this might be my last chance, so
Hey.
maybe it'll just work out.
Whatever. Well, that's
So,
our love story and how
yeah.
we're together
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Almost a year, y'all. We've almost made it a year.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Already have a 5-year-old.
Well, not technically,
Technically, not yet.
but yeah. We're gonna pause the podcast and wait for Lee to come back. We were just talking about how Lee was wanting to be a part of our story.
He was sad he missed it.
He was sad he missed part of the story because he said he had so much to do with it. But I do remember actually, like, when you're on dating websites like that, you're kind of just like, you're just hoping like you'll get a decent looking person on there, and most of the time you don't, that matches with you. But then you come up and I was like, I could actually date her. So
I was decent enough for you.
yeah, you were hot. What do you want? Is that what you want to hear?
We're hot. Past tense.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. What the heck?
I don't even know that I said that.
You did.
My brain is so fried right now.
Excuses.
But one thing,
Them wildebeest upstairs and the baby crying right now.
yeah. Well, one
It
thing
takes
that
a lot
we
out of you.
did talk
Yeah.
about for just a second was you said I'm cute in my glasses because I
Oh, God.
informed the podcast that I have to wear glasses pretty much.
Yeah.
And Meg was saying they were cute, and I hate that she says that because it's like it's a handicap. So it's like somebody going up to somebody in a wheelchair and being like, "Your wheelchair's really cute."
That's fine.
There's nothing I can do about being in a wheelchair or having glasses on. Don't point it out.
You can wear contacts.
He hates contacts.
Okay, but
They bother
that's
him.
not
idea of,
Well, the
him just
reason
that's
that
not
I-
something you can't do.
The
for
reason
it.
that I don't like contacts is whenever I was younger, I thought I had one in still,
And you about dug your eye out.
and I
trying
about
to-
dug my eye out trying to get it out. So don't really want to wear contacts after that.
I saw some
The
article
heifers
about.
are awake, by the way.
Stop.
And the baby is asleep. Fingers crossed.
Our baby in asleep.
I saw an article that actually was about a woman who had like 29 contact lenses stuck in her eye.
Oh yeah, I saw that
She had to
too.
get them like
She just kept
surgically.
putting them on-
Oh.
Yeah, she didn't realize they were in.
Some were like
Which at some
different
point you
colors
gotta like,
too. That's crazy.
you gotta be like, I'm not blinking the same way I was.
My lids don't touch when I blink.
yeah, yeah. That would not be fun.
Wonder where they all were. Like on
In
top
her
of-
eye?
But like on
Just
top
all-
of each other, or
They were
like
just all over the
just
place.
sticking out.
back? Like wouldn't that
I
like
don't know.
rupture something? Or, no.
I'm not an optometrist.
Is that what eye doctor?
Yeah. Another thing we want to talk about: Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes.
This
'Cause
ongoing
we
discussion.
we were actively talking about doing a video. The Coke video or Cola video uploaded this week,
Cola Wars.
Woo!
Cola Wars, and we were actively debating doing another one, but with chicken sandwiches. And then Lee had
Now we don't have to.
Popeyes for the first time he had the Popeye sandwich.
It's Popeyes and everybody else.
Yeah, Popeyes is so much better than Chick-fil-A.
They're just no okay. Now they, in my opinion, they're just very different. And so it's like you can't compare two things that are just so different from each other.
Yeah, like you can't compare a McDonald's hamburger to a hamburger at Avenue Pub because Avenue Pub just blows it out of the water.
Well, one's fast food and one's not fast
They're
food.
both
too.
fast food. Chick-fil-A and Popeyes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
but
well,
I'm saying
that,
as far as quality goes,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were comparing. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I get you.
I'm just saying you
I'm-
can compare the two because they're in the same category, but
Yeah.
Popeyes is better.
It's not even worth like trying to fake talk about how good Chick-fil-A is. 'Cause it's garbage.
You got if you're
Well-
gonna talk that low, you got to get way closer to the mic.
Chick-fil-A sucks.
Yeah, I'm getting good levels.
That was good. I'd rather eat this mic stand than Chick-fil-A.
As a former Chick-fil-A employee, I find that offensive.
Whatever.
But
Your own wife.
I
How did you
know.
hate her that much?
I have to like everything she worked at.
No, but I will agree that the Popeye sandwich was really good. I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars just because I really don't like mayonnaise and I didn't know that they would smother it where I had to use about 12 napkins to wipe it all off.
Wasn't 12. I'll defend Popeyes with my life.
Now,
And I did like the bun better than the buns at Chick-fil-A, I will say.
Bread.
Yeah.
Popeyes.
yeah.
A lot better
The
bread.
chicken coating. Breading.
Yeah.
Popeyes. Chicken Popeyes. Pickles Popeyes.
Ooh, this
The container it came in. Popeyes.
The fries.
Fries. I'd rather eat dirt than Chick-fil-A's waffle fries. That's so disgusting.
Especially if you can't get them double fried.
Or well
if you
done.
can get them
yeah.
double
done.
fried or well done.
yeah. So fries,
Chick-fil-A, but-
Popeyes. Person at the counter,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Definitely Chick-fil-A.
I ain't
So-
paying $8 for a sandwich because the lady was nice.
Yeah.
I think for me, coming as a Louisiana girl, I grew up on Popeye's food. But I think the idea of me going to Popeye's to get a chicken sandwich just doesn't connect in my mind. Because we grew up on like those like we literally bought like 10-piece dinner meals with the
Yeah.
biscuits and the sides. And for me, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a dinner, it's a
So-
meal. Whereas like if I want a chicken sandwich, like Chick-fil-A is my first thought.
Yeah. So when Taco Bell came out with Baja Blast,
Mhm.
you're like, I just can't get Baja Blast because in my head, it's just not the same as when I did it the last 100 times.
What?
I don't drink Baja Blast
Yeah. Well,
from Taco Bell.
we've already talked about. She had her first Baja Blast.
Oh, yeah, I
we
did
talked
have-
about it on the
And
podcast.
didn't like it?
No, she just had her first one.
pretty good.
Me and you talked about it on the podcast.
It wasn't bad. I wouldn't
It's
go there
good.
to order one, but
Watch it. Watch it now.
I've driven there just to order one before.
Yeah, I'd bathe in Baja Blast.
now I'll go to Taco
don't think
Casa to
you
get in sweet tea.
Lee don't like Taco Casa. So.
I know.
Nobody not from here likes Taco Casa
I'm
except
not from
me.
here.
Well, I have never had an experience with Taco Casa that didn't end in the bathroom about 5 minutes later.
Gross.
So,
You can say that about any Mexican joint.
Taco
Honestly,
Casa does
Yeah.
not like me. I don't know if
It's so good. I completely agree. I completely agree with you, Anna. But at the same time, I'm like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Popeyes wins by a mile if the race course was a mile long.
Excuse me.
Popeyes gets all the way to the finish line before Chick-fil-A gets off the
Oh.
start.
I thought you were talking about Taco Casa.
No.
Yeah, I'll if you were to tell me that like, if you were to tell me that I'll take $1 off of every Popeye sandwich you ever eat again, but you can never have Chick-fil-A again, I'd do it without even thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah. I like Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
But if we're comparing, and so I haven't eaten an original Popeyes chicken sandwich. I've only
That's
eaten
all I
the
did.
spicy one because I like the spicy aioli that goes on it.
Now, if you want to talk about going to the bathroom, that would be one. That would.
Yeah.
Popeyes
It's
spicy
a-
aioli.
It told my body no.
I've had it tell my body no, but then my taste buds were like, but we're going back, so
Yeah.
don't even worry about that.
You better get used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why it took us so long to go because they brought that sandwich out like last year, right?
Yeah, but at first they were running
Oh, I
out
wasn't
of
going
it
to get
and all
anywhere
that
near
stuff.
with all the craziness
Yeah.
where you have to wait in line
I
for
mean,
2 days. And
the Popeyes close to our house is closer than the Chick-fil-A close to our house.
that's a
so-
church's.
I mean, no, there is a Popeyes over there. I thought there was. Anyway, well, regardless,
I'm trying to.
they're
think of
not
all
too
the
far
Popeyes.
from each
I don't
other.
know where Popeyes
So
is. There's one in between here and Tuscaloosa because we ate at
Yeah,
it.
but yeah. So if you've been depriving yourself of that chicken sandwich because you're all brand loyal to Chick-fil-A,
Give it a chance.
oh my God, don't give it a chance. Change your life.
But be ready to like not want to go to Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
anymore.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many times. And Chick-fil-A's maybe a half mile further away from our house than Popeyes is. And since eating Popeyes chicken sandwich, I can't think of how many times. I don't even know if I've been to Chick-fil-A to eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich
Since then?
since then.
You haven't.
Yeah.
Sorry, you haven't.
Why'd you get closer to the mic and then get lower? And
You haven't.
there you go. But yeah, Popeyes by a mile. Ain't no doubt about it.
I guess to me, still, they're just so different that I'm like, it depends on what mood I'm in. So, or whenever he wants to get one.
but does Popeyes have gift cards though, like Chick-fil-A does?
Probably.
But do they have an app?
Do they
Probably.
have soft serve ice cream that is amazing?
So Chick-fil-A ice cream is really good.
It's not. Tell them.
What?
It ain't got like ice or milk or cream in it. It's all powder.
Would you sit up?
It's not. It's
Tell 'em.
not
Tell 'em.
Lee, would
powder.
you
Tell them
sit
the
up?
truth.
It's not
Tell
powder.
'em.
It comes in bags, but it's not
Bags.
powder.
Bags of what?
Just
Not ice cream.
Big-
Tell them.
I mean, I don't know the
Tell us
specific
true
recipe.
secrets.
Yeah. Tell the truth.
I don't remember everything that goes into their ice cream, but
She's holding that.
Love
it's not nothing
and
about
Jesus and
No.
amazingness.
I'm fine with it. If it tastes that good, I don't care what it's
no,
made out of.
it's definitely cream based because we'll put it in, or used to. I keep saying we. I don't work there anymore. They put it in the ice cream machine and it just froths it and stirs it all day.
all day.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, it's fresh.
But you know
I don't
what?
care
Like-
what it's made out
But
of.
you know what?
We
I
put
don't-
we put clean food. Clean.
Quit saying we. You don't work there.
Sorry, they put the cream bags in there every day, fresh. So I mean, it's always
Gross.
good.
I honestly don't care what it's made out of. It's too good
Tastes
not to
so
eat.
good.
Chick-fil-A needs to spend a little more time, quit worrying about who they're going to send money to, and
Yeah.
how they need to worry
Stop
a little bit more
doing
about
good.
their recipes. They need to worry
Stop.
a little more on their chicken.
Stop feeding all those kids in Africa.
They don't do that anymore.
I bet you they do feed some kids in Africa. Bet they do.
They used to probably.
I don't know. I don't know what they do.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A's not as good as Popeyes.
No.
It took me too long to figure it out. That's
Yeah.
sad, but now that I know the truth,
Well, it was legitimately hard to find them for a while because they would sell out of them every time they'd get them
They still
in.
do.
There'd be lines around the block and you couldn't get them. So
what did they do before? Like, did they just like all of a sudden were like, hey, we could probably put this on a sandwich?
yeah,
That's
pretty much.
they were open a little.
Well, they
too
didn't have
long
chicken
before
breast. They didn't have fried
It
breast.
was all
So they
just
had
like
to
legs
do
and thighs, and
legs,
wings,
thighs, wings, and maybe some chicken tenders.
drumsticks.
They had chicken breast.
They got chicken tenders. They didn't have a fried chicken breast, boneless.
Oh, not boneless, no, but they had bone.
You gonna put a bone-in chicken breast
Yeah.
on a
No,
sandwich?
that's why I was
Could.
like, what do you? But you didn't mention
Be
that.
like a hobo.
That's what
dinner.
we're talking about.
But, yeah.
Sandwiches.
I know, but you're mentioning every other piece of chicken that they have, except for they have bone-in chicken breast.
Okay.
Wouldn't put bread on either side of that. So
Yeah.
it just seems like it took them a while. But if I'm sure it took that long to figure out that recipe.
Make it good.
Yeah.
They didn't come out with
They
just
put
a.
their amazing breading on a boneless chicken breast. That's what it
Yeah.
was. I do love. They,
They didn't come out with t-ball swing.
They didn't make up.
They
what
swinging
you
for
do.
the fences.
They
they
didn't
got it
come out
right.
with some little milkshake you can get or some little toy you can. They just went chicken and mastered it.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, Lee, you're just upset that you can't lay down while we're doing the podcast this week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
We're on location. It's
At the beach.
it's hard to.
This is a true life Decker Julian edition.
Yeah. This is.
Great job.
It's been a good vacation though, honestly.
It has been.
Yeah.
Very relaxing.
Perfect weather. I mean, it's been in the lower 80s pretty much the whole time, and
Yeah.
got to go to the hangout for a minute to hang out.
She's never.
That's
been
just
here
because I've
before.
never been down
Yeah.
here on vacation. So
Which has literally blown our minds. Like
She
that.
goes to those gold beaches up in
It just.
the Carolinas.
I guess spending my whole life
Gold as
coming
far
down
as
They
you
here.
have
gold
to-
nuggets.
Yeah, you
instead
have
of
to give them a
seashells.
golden bar. of
well, I
pond.
mean, from where I'm from, up in North
Entrance. Or
Or she'd
Carolina,
go to St. Thomas. Like
Yeah,
the-
we
and
would do that.
I've
islands
never
and stuff.
been
But-
anywhere where there was a saint involved.
No.
you've never had to fly to go to the beach.
No.
You know how many times growing up I flew? Once.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'd flown one time before I met her.
And it was
Yeah.
a church trip, wasn't it? Y'all go.
Oh no, that was that'd be twice then.
Oh, see.
I had a mission trip, which we didn't pay for. Somebody in the church paid for me to go. We went to Scotland,
Oh, that's cool.
so
Ooh.
yeah, it was fun.
Pretty awesome.
But before that, it
people.
was California to go visit family out there.
Yes.
That was the
Got
only
no
other.
family in California.
Did my mom and dad just fly me out there and then find a foster family for me to hang out with for a few weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, why would you ask me? I don't know.
It was well, you said you don't have family out there, and it's like,
Dude.
then what logical?
How are you related to somebody that doesn't live in
Their
the
last
woods?
names is Shows, and they live in California. They were from Arkansas, and then a group of them moved out to California.
When?
1947. I don't
2
know.
years after World War II?
I don't know.
They're your family.
Yeah, but we didn't sit there and have a genealogical discussion about
Okay.
where everybody was.
I was just asking.
So this is Anna's first time down here at the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area. Anna, tell us about your experience.
Well, the sand is a lot prettier because I am used to Carolina beaches
Dirt.
and
Rock sand.
yeah, and just being literally at the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. So being in the Gulf where it's a lot more calm is nice, and you're allowed to have pool floats in the ocean. Growing up in Myrtle Beach, you could not do that because a lifeguard would come yell at you and pull you out of the water.
I guess they
So-
can get it before it gets to the ocean from here. They got like a bunch of Coast Guard ships monitoring
catching
for
the Gulf
catching all
before
the
it makes it to the
inflatables before they
open
make it to
I
the
guess
ocean.
so.
I think that's what Alex is going to do. He just got deployed to go catch
I don't know if
floats.
that was that a text message or she post that?
She posted it.
Oh, okay. Just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
on
talking about
Instagram,
something
so it's
catching
real.
Yeah, I don't even know if either one of them listen to
Catching
the
floats.
podcast. so-
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
No, he's being deployed for National Guard. So
The National Guard?
National Guard. I'm
Coast
sorry,
Guard.
Coast Guard. I apologize.
What are you acting like all of a sudden you know him and know them?
Well, no, that's the story. Like you want to know where he's going.
Where is he going?
I don't know where he's being deployed
Some
to,
coast.
but I
He's
know
about to guard a coast
going
somewhere.
to do his job.
The Bachelor.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan. of
Lee's
what's going
Lee's
on
pretty
there.
much like out of this part of the podcast.
I hate that show. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
It's a stupid way to find a mate. It's
Well-
not funny. I don't think Josh loves chaos.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm
he
not there
watched
for
it. I
relationships.
hate it.
I'm there to watch drama.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, a drama. I'm not gonna sit down in my free time and add drama in.
I'm not adding drama to
Well,
my
there's no
life. I'm
drama
just-
in our life, so we're like, why don't we just watch something that's a little
Oh
dramatic?
well, yeah.
Although I will
I
say,
didn't know that.
Josh
You know
is
what?
literally the reason why I watched The Bachelor. So I just want to
Yeah,
throw
I got
that
her
out
hooked
there.
on it because
Mm-hmm.
to me it's hilarious. I pretty much fast forward through every date. I don't care about the date. I don't care about them finding love. I just want to see somebody's heart get broke.
Not anymore, because I like to watch all those things. But
Yeah, but I just like beautiful
You like
people's
the-
hearts getting
You like
broke.
the even sillier one though.
Oh yeah, Bachelor in Paradise. That's
Yeah,
the best
you
one.
Like that
my
one
goodness.
better.
That's the best one because there'll be somebody on there that they've been dating since week one, and then all of a sudden some new hot guy or girl walks in, and they'll be like,
See ya.
maybe I want to get married to her instead. And then so now that girl's got to sit on the beach all day while they're on a date and just be like, well, maybe they're just being friendly. And then the cut shot to like them dry humping each other or whatever. And it's like somebody's about to get burnt when they get back.
Quality television entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
That's
better
all it
things
is
to do than watch
entertainment.
that.
I don't know if y'all have looked at what they're showing now, just to, I guess, to kind of keep everybody interested in The Bachelor or Bachelorette, since they haven't been able to air or really show anything or probably do anything. But they've been doing all these like reruns of some of the more famous
They
or
bring Hannah back.
important. I don't
They
know.
forgive her.
No, but Rob Lowe, he
Who's
has
that?
my heart. That was my favorite season. Like, I don't know, almost like
Well, they're taking like
at least 10 years
they're
ago.
taking a full season
more.
and
Who's Rob
paring it
Lowe?
down to 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
Who's Rob Lowe?
he's a
He's a
bachelor.
bachelor.
He was a bachelor.
Oh, he's just
On
one
the
Like
of
show.
back when I
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
high school, I think. It was a while ago.
Also, Rob Lowe
Is
is,
he the
an actor.
from?
It's
like,
not the
Parks and Rec?
same. It's not the
It's a
same.
different Rob
Does he
Lowe.
look
Different-
like that one, like the
nah.
actor?
No, not Parks and Rec guy.
No.
But
You have you something there.
so they just announced this week the new Bachelor,
Yeah.
which we all knew they were going to go the diversity way. We all
Well,
knew,
they should.
Yeah. It was time for them to have. a
But
diversity.
they shouldn't. This Matt Jones guy or what? Matt James. Nobody even knows who he is.
Who
He was
dat?
just a friend of a guy who was on Hannah's season.
He also played for the Saints. plays.
Oh,
He might still play for the Saints. I'm not sure. He is a Saints player.
But we all wanted Mike.
I know. One of mine.
Mike should have been the guy. Mike was also
Mike should
on
have been
Hannah's
the guy.
season, but he's
Yeah.
actually been on the show.
He-
This other guy hadn't stepped foot on a Bachelor set.
He's just friends.
yeah,
with
like
Tyler.
Mike knows how it works, and
Yeah.
How it's
he
not
was
gonna work.
he was one of my favorites.
Statistically.
Honestly, like I wanted him to go all the
Choo-choo.
way. Like
Yeah.
he's the best. But
Mike
Sweetest.
would have been good. Mike
Yeah.
would be somebody. There's not a ton of people on The Bachelor that I would look at and like, man, I'd like to be friends with that guy. But that guy, I think he'd be a really cool guy just to hang out with.
Definitely.
He doesn't add to the drama a lot of the times.
no, he's a gentleman the
Yeah.
whole time on the show.
So which one are they doing now? What's the next
The
one?
next one's gonna be The Bachelor.
That's
No.
the one where there's one guy
They're
and
going
a
to
bunch of
show-
girls.
Yep.
No, they're gonna do the Bachelorette.
Oh, they
Claire's still
are?
having her season.
I
Yeah.
thought you knew all
Oh
this.
yeah.
Claire's still having her season,
forgot
and they're
about that.
waiting to release
Claire?
that. But yeah, her name's Claire.
Who's she?
She was once
Bachelorette.
She
a
was, she's been,
candidate.
yeah. She's been on a couple of times.
Blonde. Yeah.
Freaking white chick.
And then they're gonna. I guess they just
You
announced.
have a problem with her being white now?
I'm just sick of privilege,
Oh, it
man.
just-
It's all about white folks on TV nowadays.
Yeah, she agrees.
So some chick named Claire is gonna
Yeah.
find love,
No,
but they're gonna pare it down to 3 hours.
No,
So
no.
I just combined a
No,
bunch
she's
of
gonna
stuff.
have a
Yeah.
full season.
she's
And
gonna
then
actually have a season.
They released him being the next Bachelor. I'm not really sure why.
Because they
released
weren't
this
going to have
early.
enough time in between her season airing and the next season to pick a Bachelor, so they're just going to go ahead
Oh, okay.
and
Mm.
not retroactively, proactively
Mm.
pick a Bachelor.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
I guess I don't know.
Why not Tyler C? I guess we'll have to be diverse.
Which one? Was
Yeah,
he?
he's
Which
Well-
one was the one that looked like Peyton?
Connor?
Connor. He talked like this.
Yeah,
no,
bruh.
it was the guy that did the airplane. He was the guy.
Oh, Peter.
that
Peter?
guy looked like Peyton.
Pilot Pete.
Really?
No.
Well, he's now dating Kelly. It's official.
Oh, they broke up.
Well,
No way. They didn't get married and fall in love because you can't do that in 8 weeks.
He didn't pick her on the show.
No, he didn't.
He picked her after.
Did he pick anybody on the show?
She was his third choice,
Ah,
Yeah.
which is kind of
No
ironic
wonder.
to me because he got mad at Hannah for him being her third choice. But that's
that was all.
just throwing that out there.
That was all created.
Wow.
That looks like
was.
Peyton.
Yeah. That's a real airbrushed up
Well,
pic of him too. Find
I
one
can
where
see a
he's
similar-
frumpy.
Maybe
Characters.
maybe
Find
a
a frumpier
little.
picture.
I think it's the face shape
Not saying Peyton's frumpy.
and then brown. hair.
Well, and the brown eyes.
yeah,
It looks like Peyton. You found the
darker
most...
hair.
This guy looks more
features.
like Peyton.
No.
That's who we just talked about. That's who we just said, Connor.
That's why when you said that, I was
Little.
kind of like, what? But
I mean a little.
No,
I
no,
think Pete,
no,
Tyler
no,
Pete
no.
looks more like
Yeah.
Peyton than
Yep.
that dude.
Find one where Pete might have gotten stung by a bee on the face or something. And then you got Peyton to a T.
Oh bless.
It's good that everybody knows who Peyton is on this podcast.
He's been on
'cause
the
he's
show.
been
they
We
do.
talk about him
Yeah.
every day.
That's what I was
That's
going
right.
to say. That he's been on the show.
They're going to
So
look up some dude named Connor with that huge rhino schnoz he's got. And it ain't going to look anything like Peyton.
We should have another poll.
Yeah, put it in a poll. up.
yeah, y'all just keep adding all these polls that
Survey
nobody
monkey.
besides me is doing.
How long does it take to put a poll together?
How long does it take to put a podcast episode together, and then we're just done?
I don't know.
I was up at 6 this morning and didn't get finished with it
I'm
until.
almost done with them clips. I'm almost done with them.
Kind of sounds like he is a baby.
Well, I got a 5-year-old.
Not yet.
I can't find an episode or a picture of Pete with that looks like he's all broke up or
well,
whatever.
he's dating Kelly now, who I
that.
thought he was going to be with anyway.
That's fine. That doesn't look like him either. There's plenty of pictures.
There's
you
that whole,
could
like,
find. So he's dating
scandal.
just more and more people.
Well, she was on the show and they had met before the show started. So there was all that tension. And then she actually, apparently she came out and said some things she shouldn't have said and the show got mad at her or something like that. And
Ooh.
that's what I heard. I don't really
What
know
do you
much
think
about
about
it.
the people that like are engaged back home before they come on, or they're like dating somebody and then they go on the show? Do you think it
I
adds
have-
to it?
I
Do you
have
like it?
no problem with somebody doing that.
Because he loves the drama. and
If
that
you're
creates drama.
if you're in a dead end relationship with somebody and then they're like,
But like,
here's a chance to go on The Bachelor, I'd be like,
Let's go.
but
Holla.
you should break up with
Holla.
them you should break up with them
I think
the
me
right
leaving
way.
to go on the show is enough breakup for.
That's just not right.
But is it not that
That's
they're
not
just
right.
trying to like, all right, well, I'll go on the show because we might get famous and you get like
That's what people
secondhand
say.
famous.
That's what people say, but I don't think that's ever happened. I don't
Except
think
for-
anybody went on the show and been like, "I'm going to get famous, and then we're
It
going
was
to
a
be
little
famous."
short dude from Hannah's season.
Yeah, that she chose.
Is his name Jace?
Jed.
Jed.
Jed. What
Jed.
an idiot.
He said that
Jed famous?
initially. No, because he got freaking railroaded by Hannah Brown.
But things changed because he fell in love
With who?
Hannah. So
Yeah, he
initially,
was saying he was
going on there.
He was going on there
To-
to get famous,
Yeah.
and then he found Hannah, and he was like, "I
To
actually."
boost his music career.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Jed still? Is he famous still?
Who doesn't go on that show to get famous?
No.
Demi.
Yeah, right. That lunatic.
Demi, not Lovato.
Not Lovato.
That's the worst thing ever happened to Hannah.
Her going on The Bachelor.
I
Best
know.
friends with that.
Oh, Demi.
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 Yeah, that girl was a tornado in a can.
She made it so
I
fun
think
though.
I think
she kind of
she
gave
was
she
cute.
yeah.
I
But she
think
made
So
it spunky and fun without it being ratchet. Like she was actually like,
that's the first time the word ratchet has been said on this podcast.
"You're
Well, that's what we're talking about,
welcome."
Yeah,
like a ratchet.
we hadn't talked about a ratchet. But I think what happened with Hannah is she started to realize her 15 minutes of fame was going to be up if she got married to Jed, and then just started
Don't marry Jed.
grabbing for a way to get out of it.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Or she just realized he wasn't that cute and not a good singer.
Yeah.
I think you.
I
he's
swear,
odd,
if
dude.
if she went with
I'd be
Tyler
friends with
C,
him.
she'd be married and happy and
But then she wouldn't have won Dancing with the Stars, and she wouldn't have gotten famous, and she wouldn't have gotten
In trouble.
gotten
to
famous.
say the F word or the N
N-word.
word on television,
Yeah.
and then lose all of her sponsors and friends and money, and then
Yeah.
Life
Which
happens.
they're still posting stuff of her like on Instagram
Yeah,
and stuff, and
she's-
being like positive of her.
She's
So-
doing a lot now.
oh, she's helping a lot.
Yeah.
Well, like digging ditches and stuff. What's she doing?
No. She's
Speaking
bringing
out against
more
racism.
awareness and education
She's speaking
to
out,
her platform.
speaking
and,
out against herself.
Yeah. And donating
all
time and
stop?
money and
Acting like people that are bringing awareness. We're all aware. If you're not aware by now of racial tensions, like she's doing better. She's bringing awareness to the
Yeah.
awareness. That'd be like I'm bringing awareness to color green. I just think more people need to know that the green's out there,
Maybe some people do.
and I ought to have a magazine article written about me because I'm bringing awareness to the color green.
Would it be in Color Magazine?
I don't know what that is.
It's just a magazine I made up for
Oh.
colors.
Yeah.
Like,
Color like colors or
yeah, colors. Like,
could be in there.
people are like, hey, I want to talk about red this week.
Could green. I'd be there for green, but
I feel like that would be like people who believe that chemtrails are a thing. That magazine is just be
flat
like,
earthers.
hey, everybody, red's a color.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, the government's trying to control you with the color red.
They could.
They ain't.
But I mean, they do say that all publicity is good publicity. I don't know how much I actually
Unless you say
believe
the
that.
N-word.
I know.
Unless you
That's
say
why
the
I'm
N word
like-
right after somebody gets shot,
But-
gunned
Right
down
before,
in
it was
Think
Georgia.
about,
before,
like-
the Georgia one. Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about like how
Oh, right.
many. Not saying what she did was good by any means, because it was not at all. She should not have said what she said. But like, if you look at, if you look at how many like places it was talked about, and like literally probably all over the world, now more people, not just people who watch The Bachelor and Dancing with the Stars, know her name and know who she is and know
'Cause she didn't
have an
do it.
idea who she. No, I know, but I mean that's her plan is to be
She
famous
might
anyway.
have
So
incited that cop to stomp on that dude's neck. Follow the timeline.
no
Follow
comment.
the signs.
Follow the signs.
But I mean, if you really think about it, like how many more people has she reached?
How long did that take? 30 seconds? So whatever the show is minus 30 seconds. will be
That's
what
staying
the
in there.
episode-
I'm telling you, I am not cutting anything at
Fine.
this point.
I said it.
These episodes don't get cut up anymore.
That's fine.
They get listened to.
Do you leave all the goober talk in there when you
Yeah.
start to talk? Gosh.
It is aggressively medium. Aggressively. Well, this one's actually passive aggressively.
Which is really funny.
Yeah, that's what this episode's going to be. A passively aggressively medium.
Pam.
Passively aggressively.
Pam.
Passive
Pam.
aggressively.
Look, you can
I
text
feel
it
like
to
a
me
Pam
and tell
would be
me.
aggressive.
Passive
Aggressively.
aggressively.
Okay, Connor. Aggressively.
You just
Yeah,
text it to me because
yeah.
I'm not good at grammar anyway. So
Well, that'd be spelling. But or is that grammar?
that'd be grammar.
Spelling and grammar are they the same?
It'd be grammar because you're trying to figure out which one of passively aggressively or passively.
Passive aggressively.
Passively aggressive.
Passively aggressive medium. No.
See, it's passive aggressively medium.
Sound like a bunch of weirdos saying passive aggressive at each other.
I do have a question for you, Josh.
Oh, God.
How do you feel about there not being a Bachelor in Paradise?
Oh, I'm not a fan.
Of-
I'd rather them do it like in the winter or something if they have to.
Do it in the mountains.
Do it in the mountains.
Oh.
They've already done Bachelor Winter Games, so might as well just.
Winter games.
It was like
Gosh.
the year that the Olympics were, and so they did Bachelor Winter Games, Olympics Winter Games. Yeah, Bachelor in Paradise Winter Edition. I'll watch it.
Do it in Gatlinburg.
I'll call
Chris Harrison.
Chris Harrison up and be like, hey.
Hey, also, we went to a wedding this past weekend where you heard of Cameo,
Oh yeah, this was fun.
where it's like an app that you can pay celebrities
Yes.
to shout you out or
Yep.
whatever. They
They paid Chris Harrison to shout out to Valley
The
because I
wedding.
love The Bachelor.
you know how much he gets paid per $375 for a 2-minute video.
$375
$375
per 2 minutes.
for 2-minute video. Just, hey guys, I'm Chris Harrison.
Pretty good fee.
Deposit the money in my bank account by Dadgum. If we get big enough that I can have a Cameo, that's all I'm gonna do. My off time is just bankroll money.
Yeah, one of my friends got a cameo from Snooki for her birthday a couple years ago. She's still relevant.
Snooki's like, I think Snooki's like $200 to get her to shout you out.
She's so
Really?
cute. Or
I thought
I
about
don't
doing
know.
that.
I feel like it's more than that.
I thought about doing Flava Flav is like $400. Flava Flav, you ain't relevant.
I'm tired of this plan.
Get out of here.
It's my least favorite plan.
Does he still wear the clock around his neck? Do we know?
What?
Probably not.
Have you not seen? You don't remember
was a
that show
silent
about
L.
Flavor Flav?
Oh, I want Flavor of
Flavor
Love.
of Love.
He married that giant
Yes!
Bridget, the Nordic woman.
And he like passed
Silent
off.
L.
The,
That might be the name of this podcast. The Silent L.
I'm sleepy. I'm sorry. You
That's
said
okay.
clock. I heard clock, not clock.
He heard clock with a silent L.
Said he had a clock around his neck.
oh,
Gosh, why did that take you so long to figure out what it was?
'Cause she's
Literally
not-
just taking the
She's
L out
not
of
tampered
clock.
with like we are.
yes.
Yeah, she's still got a
I'm innocent at heart.
yeah.
Bull.
Mm.
That's the biggest load of bull I've ever heard.
That's your wife you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's my wife. What's that
My
little comedian?
wife.
Oh.
Mhm.
Who's the little comedian I'm talking about that did that? Hey, that's my wife. That's like the only reason he got married, so he could yell at people like, "That's my wife."
I know who you're talking about. Did
Mulaney, John Mulaney.
John
Yeah.
Mulaney. He's funny.
Yeah, he's
I
really
like John
funny.
Mulaney.
That's my wife.
Mhm.
That's his favorite part of marriage is yelling at people that are mean to his wife.
Mm,
You haven't had to yell that yet?
maybe today. Who knows?
At some point,
These folks upstairs.
I'm gonna let you handle it because you've been.
It sounded like they had a pack of horses up there last night
It's like
galloping
the scene
around.
in Lion King where Mufasa dies.
No.
Yeah, it sounded like the
It was
antelope
above
coming
us.
through the canyon,
Oh, they were wildebeest.
whatever it
But
was.
still, yeah.
Yeah. So, but last night they calmed down around 12 o'clock.
We know they're from Tennessee now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not 10s that we can see.
They're threes we can hear.
300 pounds maybe we can hear.
Most threes are probably up. It'd be hard to be a skinny three.
I don't know. We've watched
Harder. I
we've
mean,
watched some TikToks.
I'm
that
sure there's
some skinny
out,
threes
but
out
I
there.
bet your majority of threes are up on the
Big.
weight scale. I
Yeah.
had to guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what they look like. They might be really nice. They don't care
We
about
might
probably
find
very
out tonight.
sweet.
We might
Yeah,
find out
they're-
tonight.
well, they're
what
not
they
They're
look like.
really
Sweet.
nice and spending their parents' money.
That's-
So
that's-
Yes.
They don't care about anybody else. I know that.
right.
Well, the cops might find out their names.
They're Unit 11, not 6. So
Oh, good to know.
we just sent
That
the
would've
law to
been-
some old folks.
Hey, we got a complaint about the noise out here.
I've been asleep for 4
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. Huh? Huh? Who are you? Are you my son?
Oh my god.
But that was a good episode.
Yeah.
It's a good little.
Somebody's got to put a cloth over a baby's mouth.
No.
We'll cut that out. You'll have to cut that out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Poop, fart, vagina. I'll make you cut out the whole section.
you won't make me cut out nothing, bro.
Yep.
I'll cut out the part that you say you need to put the, and then I'll leave in the poop, fart, vagina.
My,
Cut that out too.
Oh, no.
my husband, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna cut out the part that needs to be cut out. The other
I
part
can say the
stay
same
in
over
there.
here, but my husband sounds a great friend.
But, well, this has been a good episode. Glad you guys
Just
came
wanted y'all to
on.
meet our wives.
Yeah. It was
Josh
fun.
and Lee are going to drive around a little bit more and honk at strangers on the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
That's so embarrassing. I get secondhand embarrassment real easy.
It doesn't
You
bother me
embarrassed
anymore.
Jason with that lemon.
Oh, my gosh.
And I
Okay,
didn't- I
hold on.
wanted to crawl
Hold
under
on.
the table.
This was a, so
Poor baby.
it was a, we went to the hangout earlier and they had this,
DJ AJ.
DJ AJ was like, every 30 minutes he would just be like, hey,
Whoop, whoop,
boys and
whoop,
girls.
whoop.
And
He's like 40-year-old. He had a Hep C. Like he had like the bandage on his arm from like a positive TB test. It was gross.
he looked like a youth pastor is what he would have been.
You're a youth pastor.
A kid's pastor, maybe. Because he just had that energy. Anyways,
DJ AJ.
he was out there and he was trying to get the crowd hyped. And
Scavenger hunt.
Jason was loving every time that guy would start talking. Like after the first time he was talking, he was literally just like, he was watching the whole time trying to figure out what was going to happen next.
He would not eat.
Yeah, he was so
Food.
excited about this guy was about to say something. And so when he started talking again, they had walked away. Well, this guy's like, hey, who's on vacation here? And then everybody starts yelling. So Jason goes, yeah. And then he's like, all right, everybody, on the count of 3, I want everybody to say where you're from. And he goes, 1, 2, 3. And Jason just goes, everybody's yelling where they're from. And Jason just goes, ah! He's just wanting to be involved in what was going on.
It was funny.
And then
Aw.
DJ AJ decides we're going to do a little scavenger hunt for stuff in your pocket. First thing he says is, if
Chewed
anybody
gum.
chewed
You had to bring chewed gum
to
Ew.
him,
to the first person to get to him in the middle of the room with chewed gum wins.
Did they check under the tables first?
I guess that would be where you check. That it was funny.
Well, Jason's pro about that.
Well, Josh hands him a lemon and says, "Run up there!" And he took off up there with a lemon. And the guy's like, "You have a lemon?" He's like in the microphone, like, "You have a lemon in your hand. We're not looking for lemons." I wanted to crawl under the table. I was so embarrassed.
he had no idea.
that was also already after they had done that song, "Sweet Caroline."
Yeah, and you
then
terrified
then-
Carolina.
I just screamed as loud
Made
as I
her
could.
cry. Jason covered his ears.
and then Carolina just
made our daughter
lost
cry.
it.
But then last night, me and Lee were riding around, and I was honking at everybody that we passed and waving at them. Just, and Lee was just embarrassed the entire time.
I look down like this. I'm embarrassed hearing you talk about it again.
He almost come out of the passenger seat and tried to kill me at one
Well, 'cause
point
you-
because I slammed on brakes. He was looking in the vanity mirror.
Like I
Oh
said, my
gosh.
husband's a great friend. You should, everyone should be friends with him.
But
Yeah.
we just wanted. We're actually married. We
Yeah.
have wives.
to
They're
to
married
We do
women.
to each other.
exist.
We just started here. So.
Yeah.
We cameoed y'all to come in and sit
Yeah.
here for the
Didn't,
Oh, I
didn't
do wanna
cost much.
say, Happy Father's Day. That's
Sunday.
coming up
Yeah.
on Sunday. Yeah.
Well,
First one?
Happy
It-
Father's
this
Day.
will get posted
On
after.
After
Oh,
Father's Day.
well, happy post Father's Day / Josh's birthday /
He's turning 38.
Yeah. 31.
31.
31.
31.
Mm.
Exciting. He said he's
Fantastic.
no longer. This is like a shock to me. He's no longer excited about birthdays
Are
now.
you done with birthdays?
Apparently.
No, I never said I'm
I've
done
been
with
What?
birthday. I never said I'm done
He
with
said
birthdays.
that, so
This
we're
is just the
not gonna
first time
ever
that I
do
haven't like
anything ever again.
hyped it up in my head because I guess we've just had so much going
until
on.
next year when it's your 40th and you're over the hill.
Yeah.
What was the one? See, she knows. I didn't tell her to do that. It just. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You're
Mm.
like a year and a half older than me, so I mean, you're not that old.
Yep, y'all are all real old.
Almost 4.
Oh, really? Are you the youngest?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
she's
I'm
youngest.
27.
Oh,
It goes Meg,
Dee Dee.
Jason.
Carolina,
Carolina.
Jason, me, Anna, all the other people at the beach, and then Josh, and then the grandparents of Josh. Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Haha.
Are you gonna cut that out since you're not cutting
No.
anything out?
I don't cut that out. It's content. We can use it. It's just my embarrassment.
Well, cheers to all the fathers.
Yep. Father's Day.
Celebrated Father's Day.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Hope y'all got me something.
I didn't get you nothing.
I didn't expect you to.
Well, I
Not
did
to.
get you something, but it's stuck in China still.
Oh,
I
yeah.
ordered it like
Yeah.
2 months
She
ago.
bought something off
So,
of a fake website.
Yeah, I bought something off an Instagram ad.
Oh,
so that was my
bad
own
move.
fault.
Ooh.
Bad move.
It's gonna come. It's gonna
Well,
show
it
up-
heard-
Little
it
foreclosure on
heard-
her house. Somebody's
and
gonna,
it's
like,
gonna
take
show.
her
It's
mortgage
gonna be
over
this small.
off her flashlight.
Yeah.
Well, it
Free
heard
picture of a
I know.
flashlight.
it heard this conversation Lee and I were having about how he didn't like the flashlights that we have. So then I got an ad for a really cool flashlight that can
Okay.
shine up to like 3 football field lengths away.
Yeah.
And I
There's
was like,
like
oh,
5
cool.
different
Yeah, I'll get it.
But
I got my
it
dad.
And it was like
one
20
that
bucks.
was-
So I said, why not? And it's still
but I
stuck.
got it at
so
Walmart. So
wasn't real.
we'll see.
I'll
We'll
never
see.
forget.
TBD if it actually
Super
arrives.
li-
So we'll
tack
put up
light.
a poll to see,
Another
put up
poll!
another poll to see
We'll put a
When
poll
if
will
you
up
it
think
arrive?
it will
Whatever
actually
gets
arrive.
the only
But-
poll that's going up is the one I'm going to run through with my car because everybody keeps putting polls up,
here. Want you to.
wanting me to. Yeah.
But cool. Yeah. We wanted y'all to meet the wives
Yeah.
and the baby on accident.
Yeah.
But
And Jason walked out a second ago. So,
us staring
Staring
at
at
Jason.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a good episode.
Last one from the beach. Next
Yeah.
time we see y'all, we'll be back in Tuscaloosa.
We'll be back in
on the
T-Town.
couch.
Boo.
Without us. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Be back to the grind.
Yeah.
And then soon we're going to have, I think, Zach and Riley.
Mm. All right.
That'll be a fun episode.
Man, for who?
I think it'll be fun for
Hashtag
me.
small business
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa
Because
edition.
we started this podcast like we're going to be talking about business all the time.
Yeah.
And
we
we had-
still have our businesses. We
Yeah,
just don't ever
we
talk
just don't ever
about
talk
them.
about them. But also, we'll throw the number up there again just in
Oh,
case
yeah.
somebody wants to.
Send us voicemail or text us or calls.
Yeah, you can send a voicemail or you can text a
205
video.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I gotta look it up.
It's Josh's personal cell
have
phone.
have y'all actually gotten anyone to call or text
We
yet?
did, but we couldn't understand what they were saying.
They
so,
drunk dialed us.
Oh.
Boo.
Uh,
So they left 2 voicemails.
yeah.
Neither one of them has said anything.
So the phone
Oh.
number is 205-523-5934.
Yep.
You want to say it again? It's okay.
Nope. One and done.
One and done. Back. Just hit the 15 back.
15-second back. Listen to 5 seconds of us talking about nothing, and then get the voicemail.
Yep.
Yay.
And Aggressive Medium Pod at Aggressive Medium Pod. on-
YouTube, Instagram,
Yeah. MySpace.
Passive aggressively medium.
Zanga.
Zanga.
She never have a Zanga.
No.
Pam.
The passive aggressively medium pod today. That
You're
was
gonna
good.
have to text it to me. I won't forget it.
That's fine. I will. All right, guys. See
All
you
right.
later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.